Courage is something that everyone aspires to have. Those who have it are looked up to and admired. Those who lack it feel weak and are looked upon as weak. And no one wants to be looked upon as a weak person. Courage and the opposite, which is cowardice, these are things that are embedded inside a person. And each one will result in a very different set of actions. And both of these things are very easily confused with other attributes and characteristics. Umar radiallahu anhu says that al-jur'atu wal-jubnu ghara'izu fil rijal. Courage and cowardice are both things that are embedded within the nature of people. And they will show in all aspects of their life. It's not related to a particular situation or scenario. Rather, it will show everywhere. So he says, فَيُقَاتِلُ الرَّجُلُ الشُّجَاعُ عَمَّنْ يَعْرِفُ وَعَمَّنْ لَا يَعْرِفُ. A person who is courageous by nature will defend anyone who needs defense, whether they know that person or they don't know that person. It could be a family member, it could be a stranger, it could be a friend, it could be someone that they have no relationship whatsoever. But if they see injustice being carried out, they will stand up for that person. You don't have to know them, you don't have to be indebted to them, or you don't have to be close to them in order to stand up for them. A courageous person is courageous at all times, in all situations. The cowardly person, on the other side, وَيَفِرُّ الْجُبَانُ عَنْ أَبِيهِ وَأُمِّهِ. Someone who is a coward will not even be able to stand up for their own parents. Their parents may be hurt or harmed or in danger. They will simply not have the courage to stand up for them. So these are qualities and traits that are not subject to a situation versus another situation. These are things that become part and parcel of a person's character, and they will show everywhere the person goes. A person who has courage will stand up for what they believe is right, and they will not discern and distinguish or be biased as to who to help and who not to help. They will help whoever they believe needs that help. And cowardice, well, it impairs a person in all situations. It could be the greatest need. It could be the most serious emergency. It could be a matter of their honor and pride. It could be a matter of their own blood and family. But they will not be able to rise to the challenge. And one of the things that the Prophet ﷺ asked Allah's protection from was al-jubn, which is cowardice. وَأَعُوذُ بِكَ مِنَ الْجُبْنِ وَالْبُخْلِ. O Allah, I seek your protection from being cowardly and being miserly. Both of these things were attributes that the Prophet ﷺ was asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to never allow him to become like that. So courage is when a person is able to use their inner strength to defend that which is right, to stand up for themselves, to protect their own life, to protect their own property, to protect their loved ones, and also to stand up for anyone who needs assistance in that moment. And this is a very highly recommended or very commendable attribute in Islam. The Prophet ﷺ was one of the most courageous people. And when he stood up, there was nothing that could make him back down. And he stood up for principles. He stood up for what was right. He stood up for what needed to be said and what needed to be done. And that's the type of person we should all aspire to be.